Nice to get an opportunity to deliver a talk in the area of artificial intelligence, focusing on its evaluation today as part of my lecture at iGlobal University. I really like the objective of this university, which is trying to create the ecosystem between industry and academia necessary to build the skilled workforce. So before that, I would like to say that I am teaching artificial intelligence for the last 18 years. I am doing substantial research in this area and I published about 100 scientific papers in this area. And one of my objectives of my research is to transport the technology or the innovation that come across out of this research to the industry. So in this way, in this talk, I will try to also focus how an innovative ecosystem of education, especially in the area of artificial intelligence, can be explored. So let's have a look on the outline of my today's lectures. I would like to give an overview on the birth of artificial intelligence and its primary challenges, and then the state of artificial intelligence that is higher today, and some of the jargons nowadays used like the Internet of Things or the BI, big data, or the deep learning, and their relationship with this artificial intelligence. And from this perspective, I will try to present some of my current research, which is focused on addressing the real world problems and then followed by the future challenge. And then I will conclude. So, first of all, I would like to motivate my audience. What is my motivation behind teaching these fantastic subjects for the last 18 years? I would like to quote a very important statement given by Edward Franklin, who is an eminent computer scientist of our time, working at Carnegie Mellon University. The importance of artificial intelligence, he mentioned that it is equivalent to the creation of the universe as well as the appearance of human life on this universe. Now, why this artificial intelligence is very important? I would like to make this point in this talk. However, this can be achieved if we can develop a machine that could be intelligent. So that's why you need to go back to the history of artificial intelligence. Alan Turing, who is called the father of artificial intelligence, British mathematician and computer scientist, who is the professor of University of Manchester, from which department I also got my PhD. The challenge he put for the artificial intelligence that can machine things in his famous paper written in 1950, published in Mind, Computing Machinery and Intelligence. Unfortunately, he died in 1954, but after 1954, in 1956, Dartmouth in the USA, John McCarthy and Marvin Minsky, two eminent computer scientists who organized a very pioneering conference, and we got the subject discipline artificial intelligence. So basically, the birth of artificial intelligence as a subject taken place in 1956 during the conference organized by both John McCarthy and uh, Marvin Minsky. John McCarthy is also the father of the linguist Lips, who worked later in University of Stanford, and then Marvin Minsky at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology Labs, MIT Artificial Intelligence Lab. So one of the important things that is how machine can things. In order to understand this uh, important challenge or the phenomena of artificial intelligence, that is, we need to understand the complexity of the human brain. So if we can mimic, if we can create, or if we can simulate the human brain, so it is very important to create the invent the replica of human neuron. So we got first electronic neuron from the research of McCullough and Pitts in 1943. So that's why this, in my view, these 5% are have very important roles in the birth of artificial intelligence, like the Alan Turing, Marvin Minsky, John McCarthy, McCullough, and Pitts. Now the question is that why we need artificial intelligence? What about if it is natural intelligence? Why we need the transformation or the conversion of natural intelligence into artificial intelligence? So there is some benefit if you can convert natural things into artificial. The benefit is that the product can become cheap. You can produce abundance of materials, as well as you can maintain the quality of the product. So this is the beauty of transforming a natural things into artificial. If you have a look at the first industrial revolution, the technology behind this revolution basically consists of steam engine. The challenge of this technology was to convert the natural energies to artificial energy. So when we are able to convert natural energy into energy, then you can see the tremendous economic growth we observed in the world. And in the second industrial revolution, what we have seen, we have transform the natural light into artificial light. That is, second industrial revolution basically revolved around the electricity. And then you can see we are getting abundance of light, it becomes chips, and ultimately we are getting more time to do work, our workability expands. So this is the impact of converting natural things into artificial. So, why artificial intelligence is important? So, if you can convert natural intelligence into artificial intelligence, that is, if you can create the artificial intelligence, then it will create huge change. So that's why Frederick you mentioned that the appearance of artificial intelligence is similar to the creation of universe as well as the appearance of life. So here I would like to mention about the some innovation or the some state of the art of today's artificial intelligence. So we can have a look at the Mark Zuckerberg smart house. So in order to have a machines or the smart home, like can home can think, we need to have some innovation in the area of like the reasoning of the speech recognition or the face recognition communication skills. So Mark Zuckerberg spent about 1 year time in developing such a smart home. uh, Unfortunately, you are not giving me much time. Only I have you are giving me 15 minutes time, so that's why I'm not able to run this video. So anyway, this is one of the innovation that we can see in the area of artificial intelligence. So I have the opportunity to visit several times at the headquarters of Facebook, where we have some research collaborations. And you can see the Sophia, it's an example of social robot, and its performance is so amazing. Although the Saudi Arabia is considered as a conservative country, but it was very much uh, glad to gave their citizenship to Sophia due to the performance of this robot. So this is also an invention of artificial intelligence. And then, if you have a look at this picture, that you can see that all the people have their mobile phone in the hand, and actually, these mobile phones are the example of artificial intelligence, because it consists of some sorts of artificial intelligence. So some mobile phone consists of something like 100 sensors, which are used to acquire the data, and also we can analyze the data in a very intelligent way to make some intelligent decisions. So from that we can say that AI, we can see it's everywhere, almost. And also you can see we are now talking about the Internet of Things. That is, the things are communicating with each other through using the internet. You can see this Internet of Things in the CCTV or in the airplane, whatever, in your workplaces. And due to this, there is a tremendous impact in the economy. By the year 2020, if you can see from this data, that is, each people will be connected to about 6.58 devices. So it is now 22 to 1. It should be increased. So the economic impact of this Internet of Things, I think, is about $6 to $7 trillion. And due to the use of the Internet of Things, we can reduce the price of so many services, say, for example, the rail sector, or the aviation, or the healthcare, or the power sectors. So consequently, the price of the air ticket can be reduced. We can enjoy this type of cheap price, because the things, as I mentioned, that if you can make anything artificial, then it will become cheap. Production will be in abundance, and you can, at the same time, you can ensure the quality of your product. So due to this, we are getting huge amount of data. So traditional database management system is now no more working. Basically, the size of the data, if more than 10 gigabyte, then we can consider it as an example of big data. But the problem with the big data, the data is comes from various sources. Some we are getting some data from the physical sources, like the from the sensors, as well as from the social media data, some government organizational data. But the problem with this data is empirical in nature. The problem with the empirical data is that it is not that much intelligence. If you can analyze this huge amount of data, if you can embed intelligence using the artificial intelligence in this big data, we can go inside into the data. We can make important decisions. So nowadays we can talk that actually this is the end of the age of the some application of the theory. We don't need the theory. By using the big data, we can understand the pattern of the data. From the pattern of the data, we can predict something in the society which is more reliable than from our traditional theory. So this is a big changes. It is because of this artificial intelligence. So here, so you need not terabyte, petabyte of data, sometimes zettabyte of data, 10 to the 21. And there is some examples, say, for example, some video in a smart city in China is generating about 6.7 petabyte of data. So basically, this nowadays, we need to put this data in some data center in the cloud. So I have the opportunity to visit, work with some data center of Facebook located in north part of Sweden. Actually, they have chosen this data center in this part because you need two things to establish a data center. One is the low temperature, and the another is the availability of the energy. We are also doing some applying some artificial intelligence technology to predict the performance of the data center, which I will try to explore later on. And then Now, at this point, I would like to mention some generations of artificial intelligence. Now, we can divide the generation of artificial intelligence into three categories. Number one is the symbolic AI, and then the learning AI. Now, we are talking about the explainable artificial intelligence. So now the challenge that how you can uh, develop a system that will learn, that will think, and how can you put the cognitions capability in the system. These are very important. So that's why the traditional machine learning approach is no more working, because we are getting huge amount of data. So we are getting some new paradigm of learning, which is called deep learning. We are doing some pioneering research both in the area of machine learning and the deep learning. So basically, this machine learning and deep learning is also fall in the area of artificial intelligence. So it is basically covering the learning part of the artificial intelligence, so which we can consider the second generation of artificial intelligence. But there are some challenges, that is whether we can make the machine in this way that we can take the intuitive decisions, that is you can make the decision knowing nothing. So this is another challenging. But the problem with this deep learning based approach, these systems are black box. So that's why, to some extent, the decisions we are getting, it is not that much of what we can say democratic or the transparent. That's why now we are now moving forward to explainable artificial intelligence. So we are doing a lot of research how to develop, because in the explainable artificial intelligence, that is, you need to have a you need to establish the balance between the accuracy as well as the explainability of a model or the methods. So here are some examples I would like to mention in the area of IoT big data. So I would like to mention that we got a very interesting project from Swedish Research Council that is in the area of artificial intelligence. So for your information, this year, 2020, one of my PhD students got his PhD in the area of artificial intelligence, and now he is doing his postdoc. We are continuously doing research in the area of artificial intelligence, and we published a lot out of this research. Not only we are publishing, we will demonstrate that we are trying to apply, take this technology to the field. That is the objectives of iGlobal University, that is creating the innovative ecosystem, linking the academia and the industry to enable the building of the skill work. So I think this is a good example, this project in this innovative education ecosystems. I'm not going to at much. So we also developed some data mining algorithms out of this project, and also you can see some of the applications here, plot prediction, and we are able to maintain the accuracy. But the explainable AI that I have mentioned, that is from this type of prediction model, we can also trying to develop the system which can be able to more explainable or democratic or transparent. And we are not working in the lab or in the classroom, but we are trying to take our technology in the field. And we consider the Bakhali River, located in the Cox's Bazar of Bangladesh. We test our system, IoT-based system, intelligence systems. Here you can see my PhD student at the middle, and my Swedish counterpart, Professor Carl Anderson, who became professor this January. And we are working. So this is a good example of application of our systems. And we are also working in the area of smart education systems. Here are some example, and also we are working in the area of autism using the IoT, and also for other diseases for meditation purposes. And here is the example. And we are also working in the area of big data. For big data, one thing I would like to mention, that is we need a new type of ecosystem, software ecosystem, Hadoop ecosystem. We work in this area. We develop some systems to predict the flooding, and also we are applying the learning algorithm to uh, predict the performance of the data centers. Where power uses effectiveness is one of the important matrices. So here you can see, and also we are using multi-level learning, which is very applicable in the area of so many problems we have tried, and we are also using our system in the ready-made garments factory of Bangladesh using the IoT technology, as you can see. And also we are using this type of things to analyze the sentiment of a person. Here is a system. This paper recently got accepted. So in this way, we are trying to not only understand the theory of artificial intelligence, but at the same time, we are trying to apply those theory and also invent some new theory based upon the previous one and apply this theory to solve real world problem and to try to develop some technology which can be transferable to the industry. So in this way, an innovative education ecosystem could be developed. Thank you very much. If you have any question, you can ask me.